When I was very young, the Earth Empire controlled the skies. The Tsar and his battle fleet saw everything, knew everything, punished everything. Those of us in the colonies never imagined there could be another way. But then, the real slaughter began. Now there are thousands like me, veterans of the League of Free Worlds, who yearn to fight against the savage empire. Famous victory at the Battle of Benet gave us confidence and the time to strengthen our fleet. And it gave our leader, the Father, some reason to believe in the future.
Welcome to the League of Free Worlds Information System.
The Navy was stretched across the star systems, governing and oppressing, then transporting its spoils back to Earth. The League was small and tightly knit, able to hit the Navy hard and quick before disappearing into darkness. But when we heard there was a new threat to Galan, our home star system, the whole fleet felt the cold rush of fear. The Battle of Benet had lifted us all, inexperienced as we were, but now the entire system was at stake. This time, our families needed us. This time, we were protecting our homes.
Navy missions within Galan appear to be increasing. It is feared that protracted military incursions are planned. Intelligence data indicates concentrated targeting of planetary zones. Civilian areas are not excluded. Navy fighters are currently on course for Midas spaceport. Docked civilian transports are believed to be the target. Serious potential civilian damage. Cargo destruction is also likely. The installed defense grid cannot be used due to proximity of civilian craft. Navy incursions within Galan system are unacceptable. Intercept and destroy all enemy craft. Civilian vessels must be protected. Immediate response required.
Midas starport, we are under attack. Please assist.
remaining.
Midas starport. Surrounding area clear. Well done. You are cleared to dock.
Commencing docking sequence.
Attacks on civilian centers are resulting in major skill shortages throughout Galan. Scientists and engineering staff are required for urgent interbase transfer. Dedicated staff transport networks now established. Network inspectors within Acheron Zone report potential threats to skilled flight craft technicians in convoy from Midas. Destination classified. Enemy cells in vicinity known to favor use of anti-civilian aggression. This convoy is regarded as a high-risk target. Join the convoy as armed backup. You are clear to engage hostile craft. Use absolute aggression. Ensure safe passage for civilians.
Enemy presence detected.
I see him on my scanner. Let's get him. Not much to trouble us this time.
Additional enemy fighters have been detected in the area.
This gets more fun by the minute. Got him!
Convoy. We are taking unsustainable damage here. You must destroy those fighters.
complete. Return to base. Jump sequence initiated.
Increased Navy hostility now resulting in violent outbreaks deep within Galan system. All available League resources are recalled in systems defense. Warp hole entry data indicates frequent Navy clusters entering illegally. Enemy personnel count within Galan is high and ascending. Current prisoner of war holding facilities are inadequate. Large-scale POW transfers in progress. Captured assault forces in transport between Proteus and Midas have been subject to intensive Navy scanning signals. Risk of Navy interference is high. Escort this prison bay and supply full response capabilities. These prisoners must not escape. Accept no Navy aggression. You have permission to engage enemy on site.
Enemy presence detected.
I'll get one, you get the other. Nice shooting!
Escape pods launched. Target and destroyed. Decloaking enemy frigate detected.
This is POW Transporter 441. Prisoners have access to escape pod area and are ejecting. Do not let them escape. The enemy frigate is reeling them in. You've got to destroy the frigate. The prisoners must not escape.
Come on, let's take them down.
Shields destroyed. Initiated.
Lights on the 7 planets of Galan were extinguished as the invasion threat grew. We even built anti-reflectors over the phosphorus lakes of Acheron. They'd have attracted the Navy like moths to a flame. And somewhere on one of those terrified planets was the Father, watching, waiting, preparing himself and his army for the onslaught. Everyone knew the Earth wanted to take Galanaya and crush the League forever, but no one knew the Father. In those dangerous times, we trusted a stranger, and he in turn trusted us.
Current war status suggests that consolidation of League activity within Galanire is now vital. League Command insists that the Galanire battle platform must be seized from Imperial control to prevent further costly Navy incursions. Intercepted Navy data transmissions indicate imminent transfer of troops and hardware to Galanire. League Command plan to transmit false data from platform in order to prevent this. For this to be achieved, it is imperative that this mission is carried out within a strict time buffer. Ensure that battle platform is disabled within the time allocated. Platform shields and sensors must be lowered. Platform must remain undamaged to enable subsequent League assault landing.
Attention. Enemy fighters detected. Remaining time until capture force frigate reaches target, 5 minutes.
Let's get rid of these fighters first, then disable this monster. Not much to trouble us this time. Let's take out this platform. Use your EMP weapons, pilot.
This is Command. Battle platform disabled. Well done.
Jump gate open.
Securing control of battle platform is now highest priority. Intelligence data confirms transfer of Navy military hardware to Galan zone. The future success of League activities is reliant on maintaining a secure home system in this region. League reinforcement forces are now prepared to attempt a landing on the battle platform. Platform defenses have been disabled, enabling passage for landing parties. Craft technicians are currently confirming completion of pre-flight procedures. Protect all League craft involved in this mission. Assault craft must reach platform. This is command. Platform defenses are down. Commence second stage of assault.
This looks tough. Pilots, stick to your mission. Defend the APCs.
is Command. Assault Force has taken control of the battle platform. Mission complete.
Jump sequence initiated.
Navy activity beyond the Galanire warp hole is increasing. Intelligence reports indicate that bomber operations are being targeted on the battle platform. Heavy attacks on League battle platform forces are now expected by enemy ships traversing warp hole. System security procedures have been placed on an alert footing. Warp hole closure is imminent. Intercept and destroy all enemy craft in platform region. Ensure adequate firepower to cover execution of warp hole closure. Expect significant Navy interference.
Galanire battle platform. Estimated time to warp hole closure, 5 minutes.
We've got fighters coming through the warp hole. Let's give them hell.
This is Command. A large enemy presence has been detected emerging from warp hole. This poses a major threat to Galanire platform. Engage and destroy enemy craft.
Platform. Galanire warp hole successfully closed. Navy Titan has been crushed. Clear surrounding area of enemy craft and return to base. area clear. Well done, mission complete. Come back on board.
Docking sequence initiated.
It had been a baptism by fire for the League's fleet. But now we'd tasted victory, and it was a flavor we liked. Though even in the midst of all that joy, there was bitter resentment against the Tsar. He tried to tear apart our homes, and we knew he'd only failed because his forces were spread too thinly. Perhaps he didn't quite expect the guts and passion that the League delivered, but now he knew what we were capable of. He would undoubtedly try again. Unless, of course, we got him first.
Offensive anti-Navy measures are now underway. Successful penetration of the Draco system can be confirmed. Galan has also been fully secured. Navy resources have been detained in the region of the Draco warp hole. Intelligence gathering is in operation. Key military targets within the Draco system are currently being ascertained. Certain enemy resource supply routes have been noted within the Hecate zone. Disrupting these supplies would have an immediate effect on the Imperial arms manufacturing process. A tanker convoy is being tracked to a spaceport. You are required to launch an attack on all tankers within this convoy and prevent them docking at their destination. You are free to engage all defending craft.
Targets identified. Commence attack. I need support now!
The introduction of League forces into the Draco system is continuing as rapidly as current resource levels allow. Further incursion is projected to allow the destruction of all key Navy manufacturing facilities. Extreme care is to be taken in the distribution of broadcast information, as our presence is not yet fully recognized. Information retrieved indicates that the destroyed tankers were intended to act as tow craft for an enemy mining station. This appears to play a major role in the manufacture of visually aided missile systems. The decision has been taken to order its removal. Located within an asteroid belt, the mining station uses a compressed energy tractoring system to collect ore. Enter the belt and target the mining station for total destruction. This is Command. You are on your own for this one. The mining station must be destroyed. Good luck.
Shields destroyed.
Negotiate your way out of the asteroid field, then return to base.
Jump sequence initiated.
Intelligence scanning indicates that the Navy is attempting to inform its higher command structure of our incursion into its territory. Should this be successful, a maximum alert will be triggered, and our mission will be seriously jeopardized. Specific details reveal a communications craft has been launched towards a Navy frigate in the Selene zone. There is no doubt that this craft carries precise information regarding our fleet and capabilities. The capture of this communications craft is required. A League cruiser will be in the vicinity. Disable the comms craft, then tow it to the cruiser.
Okay, let's get that comms craft. Remember, we need to keep this one alive. Just use EMP weapons against it. task. Now grab it with your grapple gun. Great. The support cruiser's decloaking. We'll try and hold back these fighters until you can tow this baby over to it. Good luck.
This is Command. Communications craft successfully captured. Well done.
Commencing jump sequence.
How many childhoods were lost around the rings of Selene or above the surface of Eurydice? Rookers were becoming hardened to the fluctuations of war as innocent fears were forgotten in the searing heat of battle. We hope the Navy were learning those fears as we were losing ours. We were like an organism, cells working in harmony. We felt that Draco was falling to the league and morale was high. The capture of the Navy comms craft had severed their contact with Empire control. There would never be a better time to strike.
Further incursion into Draco is now sustainable. Key Navy communication links remain incapacitated. Manufacturing and research facilities throughout the system are currently being located for guerrilla raids. Concealed research bases on Shelina are known to be contributing sensitive information hostile to League ambitions. League fleets in the Shelina zone are experiencing sporadic attention from a lone Navy cruiser. Anti-League intelligence is thought to be on board. We have a League frigate in the zone which will pursue the craft as it attempts to leave the system. You are required to support the frigate and disable the enemy cruiser. League APCs will then dock for intelligence retrieval.
Okay, pilot. We need you to disable this cruiser so we can send in the troops. Hold it. Incoming fighters detected. Can you clear them? that cruiser. Use only EMP weapons. We want this one alive. Great. The defense grid's down. We're sending in the APCs. Keep them covered. Got the troops on board. Nice work, pilot.
Docking sequence initiated.
It is becoming clear that without certain items of intelligence, our threat to Draco is limited. As we now have possession of a Navy cruiser, we are able to attempt the retrieval of this information. It is the Navy's intention to hold a funeral marking the death of a high-level officer. Our captured cruiser will join the funeral convoy before breaking the line and employing a tractor beam to retrieve the body once it is fired into space. The silicon databanks located within the corpse's skull can then be decrypted. The captured cruiser must be defended, as once its identity is known, extreme Navy aggression is likely. Due to the clandestine nature of this operation, shielded broadcast beams only must be employed. You are assigned a captured Navy interceptor for this mission. Good luck.
And they cast his body onto the wastes of space, lest his spirit never come to rest.
They've detected us, pilot. Fighters closing. Cover us! We've initiated jump sequence. We'll warp out of here as soon as we can.
Estimated time till cruiser jump clearance, 3 minutes.
Open. We're out of here. Coming?
Jump gate open.
Incoming reports detail major successes against Imperial manufacturing bases. The Navy presence has subsequently decreased, as emergency repair units are fully engaged on sabotaged industrial units. Tactical support projections suggest that League victory within Draco is now possible. However, Navy command units are being encountered, suggesting further resistance. Scanning reveals a Navy command craft in the region of a new League starport. It is surmised that high-ranking military personnel are on board. Removal of this craft could seriously damage the effectiveness of the Navy's chain of command. You are required to intercept and destroy this command craft.
Come on, pilot, let's get that craft. Intelligence guess it's virtually unsupported. This should be easy. Got my access codes! Oh, they've started my auto-destruct sequence! I can't override it! Gotta destroy the signal! Gotta get that command craft!
Codes accepted. Auto-destruct sequence activated. Self-destruct in 3 minutes.
Have a nice day, flyboy.
These were the sights and sounds of history changing and shifting. Suddenly, the League of Free Worlds was closing in on Sol, the home of our enemies. We'd seen simulations of the system, but most of us had never dreamt of ever being there. Now we were closing in on it, the birthplace of it all. The collapse of Draco was a spectacle I'll never forget. In those split seconds after victory was won, I thought the stars were parting to let us through.
The breaching of the Sol System warp hole by the League Assault Fleet is imminent. Preparations for heavy engagement are in progress. Ammunition and craft support resources are now at maximum levels. All intelligence support units are operational. Relevant data will follow. Incoming scans reveal a minefield triggered by siren weapons on the Sol side of the warp hole. Fleet velocities and deployment levels prohibit the cancellation of this assault. The siren weapons must therefore be removed in advance of the fleet's emergence from the warp hole. Enter the warp hole and destroy the siren weapons before the League fleet is caught by the minefield. Be aware that failure to disable this minefield will result in the loss of the attack's spearhead. This is Command. Estimated arrival of Dreadnought in 3 minutes. Sirens must be cleared at this time.
Jump gate open.
Successful entry to the Sol system has been confirmed. As the full extent of Navy warning capabilities is not known, rapid consolidation of the assault force is necessary. Official Navy responses have not yet been intercepted. However, prompt enemy action is expected. The immediate League priority is the seizure of the Sol battle platform. This will allow us to establish military supply networks and ensure consistent communication links with the League command in Galan. You are required to approach the battle platform and engage its defenses. All shields and sensors must be depleted to allow a successful assault. This is Command. The capture of the Sol battle platform is our highest priority. The platform must be disabled in order to permit capture. Use EMP weapons only. The platform must not be damaged.
Battle platform disabled. APCs have been launched. Enemy fighters have been detected. Protect the APCs.
Weapons. We need to disable it, not destroy it.
APCs have successfully captured the platform. Well done, pilot.
Docking sequence initiated.
The presence of League forces within Sol has led to severe disruption within the Navy's command structure. Certain personnel have reportedly gone missing. Intelligence gathered by data sweeping indicates that the Navy's military methods are undergoing revision. It is known that League civilian installations are now to be targeted by enemy forces. All civilian engineering and medical bases established within Seoul have been placed on alert. Hostile craft have been positively identified approaching a civilian starport within the Neptune zone. Provide armed support to the starport. Heavy Navy weaponry is understood to be in the region. Engage and destroy all enemy craft. This is Command. Your mission is clear, pilots. Take out those strike cannons. The space station must be protected.
Enemy launches detected. Strike cannons targeting space station. You are targeting friendly craft.
This is Command. All strike cannons destroyed. Mission complete.
Jump sequence initiated.
We were inside the enemy's home. It was indescribable. They'd been ready for us, but we were so fired up and fueled by self-belief that we managed to seize the Sol battle platform, ready for the ultimate Earth strike. We regrouped and tried to keep our minds off the dangers. There was no chance of sending out any scouts. The whole system was crawling with Navy craft. And however powerful we felt, we were still just tiny blips on their scanners. But with our supply channels in place, we were getting bigger.
Concerted measures are now being taken against key industrial centers within planetary zones. Those centers responsible for the manufacture of arms are targeted in particular. The Empire Command appears to be transmitting contradictory messages to its fleet, indicating a degree of confusion. It is hoped that continued raids can exacerbate this situation. There are a number of ecospheres attached to an arms orbital in the Jupiter zone. Tractor beams are used to maintain the link. Destruction of these installations would represent a weakening in the Navy's military supply chain. You are required to attack the ecospheres and the arms orbital. All targets must be destroyed. Be aware that defense measures are likely to be intense. This is Command. Target the arms orbital and ecospheres for complete destruction. This will severely affect the Navy's resource chain.
We're likely to get heavy fighter flak. We'll try and keep them off your back. Just get that orbital as fast as you can.
All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
Commencing jump sequence.
Following successful violation of key positions within the Jupiter zone, further maneuvers within this area are now necessary. Navy forces are having to transfer from outer regions due to sudden depletion of resources. Only concentrated attacks can capitalize on these developments. League Command require an installation to be established on the Jupiter starport. As this is currently in the possession of the Colonial Navy, landing forces will need to successfully attack before supply networks can be established. Ensure that the starport shields and sensors are overwhelmed prior to the launch of APC forces containing landing troops. It is essential that these defenses are knocked out. This is Command. You know the plan, pilot. Take out the starport's defenses using EMP weapons only. The starport must not be harmed.
Defense grid is down. We are launching APCs.
frigate is on collision course with starport.
This is command. Change of plan. We must protect our gains. Destroy enemy frigate and remaining fighter force before docking with starport for further instructions. Troops have boarded the starport. We have control. Well done, pilot. Return to base.
Docking sequence initiated.
Incoming data streams indicate that the Empire is in the process of using highly coercive techniques to increase the size of defense forces on inner-system planets. While the volume of resistance to our activities will increase, the quality of opposing forces should suffer. We have also received information detailing the disappearance of a number of League transporters in the Jupiter zone. Their trace signals have vanished while in the vicinity of a disused mining platform. A valuable cargo transporter is now approaching this region and requires armed protection. Fly with the transporter and provide military support should the craft run into difficulty. League bases are in need of constant supplies. We cannot afford to lose these resources if our threat is to be maintained.
Cargo Transport 010. Welcome, pilot. No interference detected at the moment. We are continuing to destination on planned course.
Whoa! Attention all League craft. The mining station is approaching. Target and destroy.
Fighters detected.
This is Cargo Transporter. Mayday. We are under attack. We have requested command assistance.
This is command. A dreadnought is en route to your location. ETA, 5 minutes. You are ordered to protect the cargo and cause as much collateral damage to mining platform as possible.
sequence initiated.
We had done well. Whatever happened, the League had broken the Empire's grip throughout the colonized worlds. To that extent, the job was done. But that wasn't enough. We knew the Father and the Tsar remained on a collision course. The Father could never accept a universe in which the Tsar still exercised his doctrines of greed and theft. As for the Tsar, his huge armed forces spoke for him. We wondered what else he might be ready to add to the argument. There was still much to be done before we could silence him forever.
League advances are reported throughout Sol's inner territories. Emergency Navy battalions have been drawn from loyal communities on Mars and Jupiter. The enemy's remaining military supply links have been upgraded to near-capacity levels. Expect extreme resistance. Certain difficulties are being encountered by a number of League fleetcraft supporting the attack. Constant ammunition runs are required, and engineering supplies are fluctuating. We also have a League dreadnought in the vicinity of Mars, requesting a rendezvous with a local destroyer. Accompany the destroyer to the dreadnought. Should hostile craft enter the vicinity, provide armed support to all League craft.
Destroyer T-45. Glad you can join us, but there doesn't seem to be much activity. We will rendezvous with Dreadnought shortly. Just keep your eyes open.
This isn't right. We should have encountered Navy interference by now.
Ambush. We'll have to fight. We don't have the firepower to take down a dreadnought alone. Urgent assistance is required.
I like the look of this.
This is Galan. Return to base, pilot. Nice.
Commencing jump sequence.
Strategic analysis reports are indicating large-scale disruption at the heart of the Empire Command. Attempts are now being made to obtain specific details. League supply chains are running consistent supplies to units threatening interplanetary zones. the regional balance of forces is favorable. Final assault initiatives are now underway. Efforts to undermine key installations have been established. A raid on the Mars starport is imminent. The starport maintains its orbit via 2 tractor beams. You are required to join the attack on this installation and ensure its destruction. Be aware that the population of Mars remains fiercely hostile to League ambitions.
Destroyer. Take out the tractor beam generators. We'll take on the starport. Our beam lasers aren't even touching it. It must have some new form of shield technology. We can't sustain this attack for much longer. Get rid of those generators now.
Shields destroyed.
Nice work. Let's see what the Navy think of that.
Docking sequence initiated.
Damage caused by the prevalence of enemy clone ships is seriously threatening the final League advances within Sol. Widespread confusion has been noted within the Empire's inner command corps. However, in order to take full advantage of this situation, it will be necessary to secure the destruction of key clone ship manufacturing facilities. A super-orbital above the surface of Mars has been verified as the clone fighter's primary source. An assault fleet has been briefed to enter the orbital's airspace and attempt the full destruction of this manufacturing compound. However, fierce resistance is expected. You are required to provide armed support to this attack, engaging the superorbital and all defending craft. Ensure that the League destroyer survives this mission, as supplies of all hardware are now limited. Psygnosis Command. Target the superorbital for total destruction. This is a Priority 1 order. Maintain radio silence after this message.
like the look of this.
Brilliant! Let's clear the area of these clones and then we'll get out of here.
Clear. Mission complete.
Commencing jump sequence.
We could feel the heat of Sol as we drew close to the Earth. This was the place our ancestors had set out from so long ago. Now, though, the Earth signified nothing to us except tyranny and oppression. It was a war that left a legacy of pain and destruction. Now it was within our power to consign centuries of genocide to the wastes of history. With one final assault, we could avenge our forefathers and destroy the Empire forever. That was what we believed and what we hoped for. It was up to us now, and us alone.
The final descent sequence has now been triggered. Coordinates and automatic target points have been located and logged. Battle units in transit from outlying barracks are reporting at short intervals. Heavy bombardment of enemy craft in the vicinity of Earth is continuing. Attempts are being made to stifle the supply of military craft to hostile air bases. A Navy carrier craft of substantial capacity has been identified in the Earth zone, close to the planet's moon. It is loading a cargo of high-velocity fighters for use in close battle situations. You are required to approach the space station where loading is currently underway. The carrier and enemy fighters in the vicinity are to be destroyed. Good luck.
Okay, we've got to take out this carrier. This could be tough. Let's go in slowly.
Jump sequence initiated.
The League is now attempting to take decisive action in the region of Earth. Navy forces are defending in substantial numbers. However, intermediate reports indicate that a lack of organization among some enemy units is allowing League forces to advance further. Fierce retaliatory measures are evident throughout the Earth zone. Units must endeavor to break through cordons and concentrate the final assault on Earth itself. Intense enemy action is reported in a region bound by the Earth and its moon. Titan craft are present in this area. If we are to weaken the enemy force significantly, these Titans must be destroyed. Engage enemy units and ensure the destruction of all such craft.
I'm under heavy attack.
Jump gate open.
Fluctuating readings received from remote scanning devices indicate a force of indeterminate strength within the final descent field. Urgent transmissions received from Lee Command suggest that the assault route to be taken is now blocked. A successful attack on Earth is deemed to be dependent on the removal of this unidentified obstruction. Intermittent signal jams are evident. The obstruction is clearly a key command craft, which refuses to engage in attack protocol. Intelligence units suggest that it may be the Tsar's personal Super Titan. However, the existence of such a craft has never previously been verified. All heavily armed League units are required to approach and engage this craft. Its destruction will signal the fall of the Earth Empire. You are required to ensure this scenario prevails. This is League Command. Destruction of the Super Titan is vital. We have no information on its defenses. We are sending all available dreadnoughts to attempt destruction of the Super Titan. Support them, and do what you can. Good luck, pilot.
Status critical.
This is Galan. The Tsar's Super Titan is destroyed. Our victory is confirmed. Repeat, victory is ours. You will shortly be returning home. Be assured, pilots, that your efforts will never be forgotten.
Commencing jump sequence.
At last, it was time for our species to move on. I suppose there were those in the League who felt pride, but I couldn't dig out such an emotion. I was exhausted. I could hardly comprehend that the war was over, and now I felt simply drained. The unconditional surrender had come from the heart of the Empire. We assumed this meant the Tsar was still alive. But once the drop to Earth had been made, and the League had scoured the Imperial Palace, it brought back only one message. The Tsar was gone. He had vanished. In those months and years following the bloodshed, the people of Sol left their homes and made new lives on the fertile colony worlds. I often wonder whether they find life without the Empire as strange as I find life without the League. Now that the struggle is over and the worlds rule themselves, something seems to be missing, though it isn't something I'd ever want returned.
S5 Vampire. The Vampire has been so widely used during hit-and-run raids that it has become known throughout the Navy as the Fat Boy. In comparison with the Navy's equivalent recon craft, the Vampire is lacking in certain of its specifications. It is noticeably slower and less maneuverable. However, its operational range makes it an effective weapon against military supply convoys and trade craft. It is well known as the so-called flying body blow, mentioned in several traditional narrative pilots' songs. Developed secretly by League loyalists employed in a Navy arms establishment on Selene, the Vampire is due to be updated and replaced by the Bloodletter. However, current circumstances make the introduction of the advanced craft unlikely for some time. S4 Dark Angel. The Dark Angel was named by the civilian observers who first saw the S4 interceptor in action. As a Navy bomber squadron attempted to obliterate a food production facility within Diomedes, those witnessing the devastation suddenly saw the dark shape of approaching vengeance emerge from the distant field of stars. As it grew, it took on the form of an angel, an avenging angel, a Dark Angel. Those first Dark Angel's interceptors wiped out the enemy bombers, and a legend was born. The craft's design is now regarded as outdated, although its symbolic value is still of immense importance. It remains the primary craft of the League of Free Worlds. S9 Hydra. Originally developed as a small-scale scout craft known as Medusa, continual upgrades and modifications resulted in the fearsome assault craft now known as the Hydra. Of all the League's airborne military craft, it is the Hydra which is most frequently used to engage enemy units and render them harmless. It was initially employed in its current form during the famous plantation scandal of the uprising's late phase. during which Navy craft attempted to wipe out vast tracts of fertile land. The Hydra successfully stopped the attacks and was subsequently used in a number of offensive activities before entering mass production in a number of classified locations. S7 Chimera. Developed by a League loyalist known only as Regis during the mid-phase of the uprising, the Chimera has proved itself time and again to be one of the League's greatest military craft. Little is known about Regis other than that he was awarded the Flower of Honor by the Father himself. He was then thought to be in such danger of naval retribution that his identity was changed and he vanished. The Chimera is a heavy bomber responsible for destroying large numbers of Navy fleet craft. This is vital, as current statistics show enemy fleet craft outnumbering the League's own by at least 5 to 1. The craft is able to operate over long distances, delivering a heavy payload with extreme precision. S11 Demon. A maneuverable and powerful heavy support craft, the Demon was developed in underground bunkers created secretly by members of Galanire's anti-Empire resistance. These bunkers were used as basic research bays and staffed by intellectuals previously employed in Empire educational establishments. Having joined an informal resistance grouping known as the Way of Hope, they pooled their accumulated knowledge and designed a number of small vehicles which could be used during anti-Empire activities. The Demon was the only project which was later improved upon by the League's more formal Airborne Development Division. However, so effective has it since proved, the Way of Hope is still fondly remembered and honored on League ceremonial days. S21 Eclipse. The corruption of enemy scanning signals has been part of the League's scientific research program for many years. However, its findings have rarely been of direct use to aircraft development teams due to cost and resource limitations. In the Eclipse, we have a startling advanced craft which has benefited greatly from one particular project championed by the Investigative Forum for Radar Adjustment. The Eclipse stealth craft manipulates enemy sensor signals so as to appear invisible on radar. In fact, 20 such vessels were able to infiltrate and destroy a vast naval recreation compound during the 278th day of the Tsar festivities. The bloodshed and devastation was such that the Tsar himself is thought to have carried out the execution of 49 Navy intelligence gathering divisions, held responsible for the League's success. The Eclipse is subject to information withdrawal procedures. Further details are withheld. T9 Tornado. The Tornado is the fastest fighter-class craft in the Colonial Navy. Its speed derives from a Skywind Central Evasion Unit built in the Bassect Research Compound on Shalina. This unit includes a self-lubricating insert derived from the compound Cortidext. Certain questions have been raised about the Tornado's suitability for close combat, as engineers have never been able to construct anything more than basic protective systems without compromising its speed. However, during the notorious Reaper raids of the later expansionary phase, a single tornado pursued and destroyed an entire pack of heavy-duty constructors carrying impact lasers. This act ensured a place for the Tornado in all future Navy campaigns. T-45 Thunderchild. Most commonly encountered performing escort duties and area defense sorties for the Colonial Navy, the Thunderchild was developed by Core Revolution Industria during mid-phase colonization. The original model was called the Infant. It was involved in several small-scale industrial revolts on inner system planets and came to be regarded as an indispensable part of the colonial expansion force. With the addition of a Dreamer propulsion system upgrade, it was renamed and added to most of the Navy's first encounter battalions. T-29 Stormlord. When Lieutenant Rigster Johning unveiled the original Stormlord at a gathering on one of the hidden inner moons, he inadvertently signed his own death warrant. As project leader, he had approved the use of a self-reversing device in the ship's detonation guard. This flaw was revealed during the subsequent demonstration in which the ship exploded, killing 3 command staff. The lieutenant was executed just minutes later. The ship's system blueprint was later modified by engineers on Janus, resulting in the current heavily guarded model. With heavy shields and a reinforced hull, the Stormlord is used to disable and destroy enemy fleet craft. It has been used widely in active service, although, due to the events at its initial unveiling, it is still treated with suspicion by longer-serving members of the Colonial Navy. T-5 Avalanche. Decrypted data sources reveal that more avalanches are produced in one Imperial arms factory during a year than have been destroyed by League forces during the entire uprising. Whether these figures have been subject to modification or not, it remains clear that this well-armed and protected strike craft is one of the Navy's favored attack weapons. First encountered during a small-scale food rebellion, the avalanche destroyed entire communities in a matter of minutes. It has since been used many thousands of times, giving it near-legendary status within the Navy. Indeed, many of the Navy's inner command began as avalanche pilots during the uprising's mid-phase. T-57 Blizzard. Following the official removal of all the Navy's active snowstorm support craft, after self-detonation scares across a number of sensitive armed units, the development of the Blizzard was rushed through on the orders of the Inner Command. It is a basic heavy frontline fighter, powered by a Nevermind propulsion box and a Petrotech fuel cleansing unit. It is most widely encountered, providing support to other frontline craft in confrontations where extensive firepower is required. T-21 Spectre. Most attempts to obtain data regarding the origin of the Spectre have resulted in blanket crashes and the triggering of anti-insurgency routines. However, a defecting flight craft technician previously employed on numerous projects within the Draco system has revealed a number of this remarkable craft's features. Chameleon stealth blending technology is used to project a holographic field around the craft, allowing it to take on the appearance of any other fighter vessel. Specialist circuitry then deceives League sensors into believing that what they read is what the human eye sees, a different craft. The effect of this is to make effective strategic planning almost impossible, since the true nature of the Navy force can never be fully ascertained. Attempts to engineer sensors which can detect the use of this technology have so far proved fruitless. T1. Typhoon. Initial encounters with the Typhoon resulted in League navigational computers closing down spontaneously. This was due to the contradictory nature of the information they were reading. This craft has only been seen within the current phase of the uprising. In fact, current models are thought to be prototypes, as no records of its mass production have been traced. Wing-mounted rotating thrust engines, developed by Toriton Confederate Industries, enable precise, complex maneuvers to be performed. No other craft currently in service can approach the maneuverability of the Typhoon, making it a highly effective and deadly fighter. S5 Frigate. The smallest class of battleship, the frigate is widely used by both Navy and League. The frigate was originally used as a means of policing and suppressing civilian populations during mid-phase expansion. It was later adapted for military use and equipped with as much weaponry as its design allowed. However, despite its impressive speed, it is still regarded as lacking in firepower. Cruiser. The original cruiser models were adapted from the early frigates used by colonial population control divisions throughout the inner systems. Heavier protection was required once civilian zones began to engage in violent insurgency activities, and the first cruisers were used in anger during the 4091 Sky City riots on Jupiter. Its design has since proved highly effective in skirmish battles. The League's equivalent vessel is also regarded as a well-established and indispensable fleet craft. Destroyer. Although the number of destroyers in the Navy's fleet is unknown, and the number used by the League is classified information, it is acknowledged by both sides that more destroyers exist than any other fleet craft. However, it was not always so popular. Of the 5 original prototype models supplied to the Navy by Devasta Inc., 2 were found to be highly dangerous due to flawed cabling. One was occupied and later ransacked during a freak outbreak of face scab madness. One was sabotaged by a group of dissatisfied Marines, while the last one fell from the sky during active service, wiping out a field of children. The directors of Devasta Inc. were hounded to their graves by public officials, while the manufacturer of the destroyer was handed over to the GDX group. It is their model which is now used by the Navy, and whose inner circuitry supplied the basis of the League's design. Dreadnought. Following the success of their highly effective destroyer, the GDX group, based on an artificial moon in the Sol system, were allowed to submit proposals for a heavily defended, offensive vessel capable of engaging several smaller battleships. Early efforts included the doomed Panic Day automated attack craft, which was found to suffer from defective circuitry. During the second phase, however, GDX drew up plans for what they referred to as the Fearless Friend, a devastating and strong war craft. Following refinement, the craft was renamed the Dreadnought, and was to become one of the most powerful weapons in space warfare. The League would like to be able to manufacture more dreadnoughts than current capabilities allow. However, resource rationing remains strict, and thus the Force feels itself to be lacking in such heavy offensive weaponry. Strike assault craft. Cloak facility will cloak the craft, allowing vessel to maneuver undetected. Command craft. Both League and Navy command craft are responsible for governing and overseeing the movement of fleet sections. They are involved in the high-level strategic analysis and tactical planning of operations. Consequently, they carry elite officers, generals, and other skilled tacticians, along with comprehensive data processing technology. It is alleged that a number of Navy command craft are actually not command centers at all, but recreational retreats, where high-ranking officers are treated to expensive food, rare drinks, and exotic leisure experiences. The Tsar himself is thought to enjoy frequent visits to such craft, although the rank-and-file Navy crew members are unaware of these activities. It is certain that no such practices occur on League vessels, although security measures are no less stringent. Titan. The origins of the Titan are unknown. It is a recent addition to the Navy's fleet, and is regarded by Empire commanders as the weapon which will ultimately smash the League of Free Worlds uprising. Analysis of the Titan's alleged capabilities suggests that it may be capable of destroying entire worlds, although such speculation is yet to be confirmed. Super Titan. No information available. Cargo transporter. The cargo transporter is one of the most basic craft used by the Empire, as it is not fast, it is not maneuverable, and it is vulnerable to attack. Its design has changed little since the early transport runs between Earth and the inner planets. The cargo pod is simply carried in the craft's underbelly and is attached by 2 electromagnetic clamps. Civilian transporter. When the Sol system warp hole was breached for the first time in 4175, it was a civilian transporter which made that initial journey into the unknown. Although it is possible that the original transporter failed in this mission, there is no doubt that a transporter eventually breached the hull successfully, thereby establishing the first colony beyond Sol itself. Despite the legendary status bestowed upon it by Empire historians, the transporter is now a rather mundane means of transferring civilians between planets and industrial installations. Tanker. While the tanker may appear to be simply another functional addition to the Empire's industrial infrastructure, it is widely credited with creating the modern Empire, as it ultimately supplies Earth with the resources required for survival. These resources are stripped from the colonies for the purpose of supporting either the Earth itself or the machinery set up by the Empire to administer this process. All opposition to Empire rule essentially derives from an opposition to these specific acts of theft. The tanker, therefore, has become a potent symbol of the colony's oppression. War Sphere Battle Platform. Mdenka Corp was founded in 4122 as a small-scale research cooperative specializing in the development of cattle transport systems. Within 20 years, it had conceived and planned the single most revolutionary invention of the expansionary era, namely jump engine technology. The aim of jump engine technology was to reduce the time taken traveling large distances in space. Its effect was to open up the universe to merciless exploitation by Earth. All jump engines work in a similar way, regardless of their size. By projecting an energy tear into the space surrounding the controlling ship, the engine is able to create a jump gate through the tear to a pre-calculated exit point. Unfortunately, the accuracy of this calculation is dependent on the length of the tunnel. For safety reasons, the maximum range of any untethered tunnel is estimated to be 1 million kilometers. This allows for an error of up to 1.5 kilometers around the predicted exit point. Interstellar jumps require a tethering system to be in place before jumping can occur. In these instances, the tear is governed by a controlling vessel located at both the entry and exit points. Such tethered jump gates are known colloquially as warp holes. The X-27 warp hole engine is the latest incarnation of this technology. The model occupies the vast majority of the mass at the center of the War Sphere battle platform. These platforms, located at either end of a tear, are able to sustain a warp hole between two systems, long enough for many ships to pass. However, the huge power reserves required mean that warp hole opening is strictly controlled. Battle platforms can now be found throughout the occupied universe, as they are essential for warp hole communication between solar systems. Each system, requiring a link to another, must first install a suitable battle platform. One platform is required for each tunnel to each individual system. Despite vast funds and centuries of research, miniaturization of the jump engine has not progressed sufficiently to create an engine capable of being fitted to a fighter-class ship. However, small jump engines can be fitted to the majority of fleet craft. These are now regarded as a standard fitting for all fleet craft making interplanetary journeys. Any authorized ship may enter the jump gate, including the ship that created it. The traveling ship is then sucked through to the destination point. In order to prevent unauthorized travel through open gates, a ship-encoded security signal is required before a ship can travel through. If the traveling ship's signal does not match that required by the gate entry, the gate will implode, causing massive damage to the unauthorized ship. The amount of energy required to open a jump gate is exponentially proportional to the size of the traveling ship, and proportional to the distance to the target area. It is also affected by the length of time the gate is required to remain open. Consequently, due to current war resource rationing, it is impractical to open gates for general travel. Small ship jumping is only permitted where an immediate response or rescue is required. Large ship jumping is only authorized in emergency situations. Any unauthorized or unjustifiable jumps will result in pilot court-martial. Starport. Following a series of scandals during the mid-phase of the uprising, in which starport populations starved to death due to the maladministration of available resources, most starports now have limited powers of self-government. Operating under the ultimate control of a chief counselor appointed by the Empire's inner command, they are allowed to administer the distribution of resources among the resident population and share in the profits of the commercial and industrial facilities based there. Some starport populations are currently campaigning for planet status, although this is unlikely to be granted. Spaceport. Most spaceports operate under the jurisdiction of the Colonial Police, who issue trading licenses and govern all off-world commercial concerns. The spaceport is regarded as the natural focus for commercial activity, although the police's behavior is erratic and frequently vindictive, even towards companies known to be fully loyal to the Empire. Given that spaceports house vast quantities of goods removed from colonial regions, violent anti-Empire guerrilla acts are not uncommon. Space Station. Although many of the original space stations are now suffering from serious material fatigue, the installation of new space stations continues to similar specifications. Primarily used as short-stay refueling points, several have become makeshift residential zones close to planets with severe overcrowding problems. Escape capsules. All currently operational craft are fitted with standard E-15 escape pods. These are constructed from a polymorphidex base shell developed by Q-Start Magnetic during early phase expansion. The material is a byproduct of the industrial cleansing process. The escape pods installed in fighter craft are connected by a magna-repellent circuitry. This enables them to be auto-jettisoned from an exploding craft. Those pods installed in larger vessels form part of the established emergency evacuation procedure. They must be occupied by personnel, and launch must be triggered prior to the destruction of the host ship. Thanks to developments in encasement compression technology, current models are fitted with limited shielding. This can prevent the aftershock damage usually associated with large explosions. Warsphere Battle Platform. Mdenka Corp was founded in 4122 as a small-scale research cooperative specializing in the development of cattle transport systems. Within 20 years, it had conceived and planned the single most revolutionary invention of the expansionary era, namely jump engine technology. The aim of jump engine technology was to reduce the time taken traveling large distances in space. Its effect was to open up the universe to merciless exploitation by Earth. All jump engines work in a similar way, regardless of their size. By projecting an energy tear into the space surrounding the controlling ship, the engine is able to create a jump gate through the tear to a pre-calculated exit point. Unfortunately, the accuracy of this calculation is dependent on the length of the tunnel. For safety reasons, the maximum range of any untethered tunnel is estimated to be 1 million kilometers. This allows for an error of up to 1.5 kilometers around the predicted exit point. Interstellar jumps require a tethering system to be in place before jumping can occur. In these instances, the tear is governed by a controlling vessel located at both the entry and exit points. Such tethered jump gates are known colloquially as warp holes. The X-27 warp hole engine is the latest incarnation of this technology. The model occupies the vast majority of the mass at the center of the Warsphere battle platform. These platforms, located at either end of a tear, are able to sustain a warp hole between two systems, long enough for many ships to pass. However, The huge power reserves required mean that warp hole opening is strictly controlled. Battle platforms can now be found throughout the occupied universe, as they are essential for warp hole communication between solar systems. Each system, requiring a link to another, must first install a suitable battle platform. One platform is required for each tunnel to each individual system. Despite vast funds and centuries of research, miniaturization of the jump engine has not progressed sufficiently to create an engine capable of being fitted to a fighter-class ship. However, small jump engines can be fitted to the majority of fleet craft. These are now regarded as a standard fitting for all fleet craft making interplanetary journeys. Any authorized ship may enter the jump gate, including the ship that created it. The traveling ship is then sucked through to the destination point. In order to prevent unauthorized travel through open gates, a ship-encoded security signal is required before a ship can travel through. If the traveling ship's signal does not match that required by the gate entry, the gate will implode, causing massive damage to the unauthorized ship. The amount of energy required to open a jump gate is exponentially proportional to the size of the traveling ship, and proportional to the distance to the target area. It is also affected by the length of time the gate is required to remain open. Consequently, due to current war resource rationing, it is impractical to open gates for general travel. Small ship jumping is only permitted where an immediate response or rescue is required. Large ship jumping is only authorized in emergency situations. Any unauthorized or unjustifiable jumps will result in pilot court-martial. Arms Orbital. Information detailing the workings of the Empire's many arms orbitals is scarce. However, it is known that they are responsible for manufacturing much of the Empire's military hardware, and that they are completely automated. It has been suggested that they are in fact dummy installations created to enhance impressions of the Empire's military capability. Unfortunately, recent evidence obtained by remotely operated scanners able to infiltrate a free-floating orbital confirms that this is not the case. Mining Station. During the early phase of the expansionary era, Empire scientists submitted plans for the extraction of mineral deposits from asteroids. A number of corporations were commissioned to devise viable means of putting these plans into practice. The successful scheme was proposed by the Sol-based Emigre Inc. They were able to build their mining station directly onto the asteroid surface and use tractor beam technology to extract the required compounds. Mining installations are usually concentrated within dense asteroid fields, although there are a number of individual platforms situated in more isolated zones. These are established when the potential ore extraction levels are considered to be sufficiently high. Arms Orbital. Information detailing the workings of the Empire's many arms orbitals is scarce. However, it is known that they are responsible for manufacturing much of the Empire's military hardware, and that they are completely automated. It has been suggested that they are in fact dummy installations created to enhance impressions of the Empire's military capability. Unfortunately, Recent evidence obtained by remotely operated scanners able to infiltrate a free-floating orbital confirms that this is not the case. Carrier. The original carriers were large, unpowered vessels capable of being towed by small, powerful craft. They were used to transport manpower to the early colonies. As the Empire expanded and vessels were required to travel much greater distances, self-contained carriers were introduced. They have changed little since then, although the flight technology has improved markedly. Carriers are now used to supply support to the battleships that are only able to house a limited number of fighters. However, these are not powerful craft and remain vulnerable if required to engage other fleet craft on their own. Frigate.